Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. I'm Becky.
And I'm Chloe.
And this is another edition of Book Club Best Boys and Girls.
It's been a hot minute since we've done one of these because we kept reading series that were like part of bigger series. So we didn't want to do a best boys and not really know some of the other characters, and I don't know, it was just not good. But we're back. As you can see, what our series is today, we feel very strongly about Villains by V. Schwab.
We had both read this book previously before Book Club, but some new feelings got reawakened during this awakened during this reread, and boy howdy, this video is gonna be a thing. So, should we just jump right into it?
Let's jump right into it, and I think you should just go ahead and put these boys at the top, because we know that's where they're going, and then we can say our speeches.
Alrighty,
okay?
Here we go. Victorville and Eli
they're Cardale.
Yeah. Thank you.
Why are you thanking me?
Because Eli Cardale is the less whack version of him.
But that's kind of like mean to him because he doesn't want to be.
All right, so since you're Team Victor, why don't you tell us your thoughts on this man?
Victor is very cool and sexy.
Full stop. Okay, all right. Fair point.
Tell me your Eli thoughts.
Okay, all right. You know, Eli is a religious person. God has always been a part of his life since he was a child, and he believes he has always been guiding his decisions. God has. In the first book, he truly feels that God is forcing him to stay alive for a purpose. He admits multiple times that he doesn't truly want to do what he's doing, that he wishes he could die, but he can't. So he thinks that the only thing he can do is kill the rest of the EOs. And the reason he thinks they need to be killed is because they have this missing piece. They are missing empathy, balance, fear, and consequences. He knows they are because he knows he's missing them too. He feels this so strongly because he saw the change in Victor firsthand, having known him for years and having understood him on a deep level as kindred spirits. Serena admits to him that he is right, and she lacks those things too. Every single EO that we encounter discusses at some point feeling like they're lacking these emotions, and most of the ones we interact with in these books are wackos in some regard. So in these regards, Eli is right. And if he is right, then his actions are justified in the lens of what's stopping other EOs from doing just as whack shit as they're all doing, if they're all similar in this way. And you know what? I feel like he does recognize that it's kind of wrong in a way, because he constantly is questioning why he's doing it, or like over and over having to justify it to himself that it's okay, that it's what God is telling him to do, and that he doesn't actually want to do it. He says, quote, "Was he not bloodying his hands and his soul to set the world right? Did he not sacrifice himself every time he stripped away an EO's stolen life?" Which to me is kind of like he's viewing himself as a villain in a way. He's literally questioning if he is a hero earlier in that same scene. But it also seems like he's saying that he is doing wrong. Like he's sacrificing his own soul and becoming a bad person to try to fix the world for God. And I think there's a level of denial in himself too from the beginning, because in the scene where he's cutting himself up, he's saying to himself, EOs are wrong and I'm an EO, so I must be wrong. So that is the initial recognition of the truth. But he goes on to think, it was the simplest of equations, but it wasn't right. Somehow it wasn't right. Which is just the immediate denial of feeling that God is telling him something. God is keeping him here for a reason. He is undergoing extreme psychological trauma in this scene, trying to understand why he is different and why he is still alive and why God refuses to let him die. And the only explanation that he can make any fathomable sense out of is in this moment, after hours of cutting himself open and trying to die, sobbing and begging God for an answer, is that God wants him to do something. The entire process of becoming an EO literally destroyed his life. and everything he knew. It took away his girlfriend, his best friend, his future. He is begging to understand that there was a reason for these bad things to have happened. And being someone who has felt God guiding him in important moments of his life prior to this, the biggest of which being breaking him out of his abusive childhood, of course he's going to believe that being chosen by God in some way is the truth. Now, after he kills Victor and he's imprisoned and tortured, he starts to rethink some things. And he realizes that he's not different from the other EOs, and he starts to loop himself in with them, which is for sure some level of character growth. And he once again truly wishes he could die. And there's also a level of unconscious internal understanding of the actual truth deep inside of him that he reveals through his conversations with Ghost Victor. Ghost Victor is a representation of his own internal thoughts, feelings coming from his own psyche that he is viewing and portraying as being told to him through Victor. But obviously, it is all just things that he is thinking himself, those things being, quote, what if EOs were part of God's plan? What if you've been attempting to undo the very work of the higher power you worship? So he is subconsciously aware that what he's doing is actually wrong. It's just so hard for him to view it fully from the opposite angle. And now he is starting to believe that he and Victor might have even been personally responsible for the influx of EOs, which again is sort of more the denial and needing a reason to blame himself and to justify what he's doing. Okay, but let's talk about him murdering people. Aside from the EOs, since I've already explained his justifications for that, whether you agree or not. But killing his father? 100% justified. You could even go so far as to pin Eli's entire psychosis on his father's abuse and his mother's lack of attempt to help him in any regard. So having no feelings about his mother dying? Justified. Pushing your abusive, horrible father down the stairs? Justified. Watching him die and seeing the light leaving his eyes and finding satisfaction in that because the person who has tormented you for years and given you irreversible physical and psychological damage is finally dead? You have every right to feel a sense of purpose and accomplishment and fulfillment in that moment. And is it so wrong to believe that God gave him the strength to finally do something about it? The strength to finally change his situation and try to make a better life? And then we have killing the teacher, Professor Lin, which I believe can be viewed as both accidental and in self-defense. He did not go there with the intent of killing this man. Eli was trying to bury this whole investigation, trying to destroy their entire project and not look into EOs anymore, and to make sure that no one else did either. It actually states that he was gonna put the remnants of the hard drive into his backpack with the intent of tossing the whole bag into some crematorium or wood chipper for good measure. He's recognizing in this moment that everything they have done was wrong and a mistake, and he doesn't want to be involved with it anymore. But what does Professor Lin do? Gets this crazy do-it-for-science, insane person glint in his eyes, literally fights him for the bag, and in the process discovers that Eli is an EO. So, in a combination of self-defense, fear, and self-preservation, Eli pushes him down the stairs. And I have to say, I'm living for the poetic comparison between this death and his father's death. So yes, he killed this man because he was threatening him, fighting him, and potentially going to expose him as an EO. Fully justified behavior. Killing the janitor is an unfortunate side effect. But you gotta do what you gotta do. In conclusion, all Eli ever wanted in his life was to fit in, to find some semblance of normalcy. And he's always recognized that he doesn't feel emotions the way other people do, but he has spent his entire life trying to learn and understand and pretend that he does. He found a kindred spirit in Victor, someone who saw the real him, who he didn't need to put on an act for. He finally felt that he belonged with someone truly. The act of becoming EOs was the turning point. It started, changed, ruined everything. And maybe he lost his mind in the process and became an unhinged maniac, but I believe that his character arc is extremely sympathetic, that he deserves redemption, and that he is the best baby boy.
You need to take a breath. Regain. All right, I have some thoughts about what you just said. First of all, some of the things in there simply not correct.
These are facts from the book. I literally read through every single scene to compile this essay.
No, it's not correct.
Like what?
Second of all, you need to make up your mind because you are saying you're defending what he's doing. And you're saying, yeah, you agree with it. And then you're saying, oh yeah, he recognizes that he's wrong because he's wrong. Is he wrong or is he not wrong? Can you make up your mind? Is it wrong or not?
Depends on the situation, I guess. I mean, in some ways he's recognizing that it's wrong, and in some ways
because it is wrong.
Yeah, okay, and he's recognizing it. But we don't really know the truth about EOs. They could all be whack.
What is incorrect is like they don't feel this, and yeah, they do.
What are you talking about?
All the time.
Huh?
Yeah.
What? They literally, these are direct quotations from the book.
From Eli's point of view?
No, it's like other EOs
Serena
telling
agrees
him
with
this.
him.
Yeah.
Why are we putting her opinion on?
Other people, every EO that we have encountered has said in some point in their internal narration that they feel they are lacking something and that they aren't feeling things the same way that they have. Yes, they have. I'm not going to go find it all because I already did that here, but it's true.
Can you explain the scene between Sydney and Serena where she's like, I don't know, she doesn't seem messed up. She seems better actually, and then lets her go.
What scene is that?
It's when she tells her to go.
Okay, that's from Sydney's point of view.
She doesn't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't remember the exact quotation.
Girl,
there are other moments where Sydney says, "Wow, Serena is changed and different, and
but
she didn't used to act like
herself.
This." What?
Serena was kind of already whacked.
Sydney didn't think that about herself?
Yes.
That's not what you just said. You said in that moment she was thinking about Serena being different.
No.
What? What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
We will simply always disagree.
Yes.
And
the conclusion is that is not correct.
The conclusion is that Eli is a sympathetic character. He deserves redemption. He recognizes his own faults.
Sure, because he's wrong.
Okay.
Eli's whack.
Eli's the best.
No.
Sorry. I recognize that he's unhinged. I just said it. He's unhinged.
All right.
We love an unhinged man.
Yeah. Well, yes, we do. Let me go back to Victor. Let me tell you why I prefer Victor to Eli. Because Victor is not pretending that he's doing moral things. He knows he's whack. He's like, yeah, I'm whack. Whatever. He's owning it. He's going like full villain mode. And you know what? I respect it. Eli is trying to be like, I'm doing the right thing. No, you're not. So anyway, let's go back to Victor though, because I do have thoughts.
Okay.
I have layers to my Victor enjoyment. You know, layer number one is that he's cool. Let's just face it, Victor is cool and he's hot. Like bare bones.
How is he cool?
He's just
In what
has
way?
this cool.
Trench coat.
He's just cool.
Okay,
Yeah, it's just
right.
vibes. Victor, you know, he has many fans, many fangirls, as we can see. You know, layer two is that you know, he's just entertaining. He's so funny. He's just says funny things. And sometimes it's like intentionally funny, and other times it's just like, oh, he's just so silly.
Silly man.
He's just so silly. And you know what? I enjoy that. I enjoy that about him. Like, listen, this man, he has a favorite trench coat. What does that mean? It means not only does he have more than one of the same trench coat, it means he has a favorite one of his multiple trench coats. He's just so committed to his aesthetic and his his vibe, and I just love that. I love that for him. However, this is like an iceberg. The underneath the surface level is that I don't care. He said caringly. It's like just one of my favorite flavors of character. And that's totally Victor. Like his like, to me, the like not feeling emotions thing is just a facade, because he clearly does. Like, he clearly cares about his friends. He gets upset. He was scared when, you know, City got kind of fucked up by him and he had to like resuscitate her. It said his heart was pounding. He was upset. He's scared. Okay, that's fear. He was very like, he was so upset that happened that he like went out on the balcony in the cold so he could be cold and was just like being emo about not protecting her. And like, that's a human emotion. So he does all these things and he acts all silly and whack. And he knows he's whack. He knows he's doing whack things and he just don't care. And I prefer that to Eli's like, you know, I'm God's soldier or whatever. It's like, oh my God, stop. I just can't. But anyway, he does care. And I love those like humanizing moments. So both of them, I feel like lost the only people that were close to them. Because they really only cared about each other and Angie. Angie's dead and they kind of like, you know, lost each other in the process, right? So I feel like in a way, both of them are still like trying to deal with that, with what they're doing. Like for Eli, like I agree with what, you know, you said his reasoning, but I also feel like in a way he lost the people close to him and I think he does blame himself for that. And this is his way of trying to like fix things in a way that makes sense to his head of fixing it. Yeah. Because he kind of like, you know, ruined his own life, I guess, in a way. I mean, kind of like Victor did it, but he was involved, you know, he facilitated it. So I think he blames himself for that. And then Victor is like, he lost the only people he was close to, you know, he didn't care about the parents. Obviously Eli had the whole family situation, like they don't have real families. Now he like has people that he cares for and I feel like he doesn't know how to like deal with that. Like I feel like he doesn't want to care, you know, he's always like, oh, I don't want to have attachment. So I was thinking, oh, maybe I should leave and then they would be like better off without me. And I feel like that is like why he leaves in the end. So yeah, I think he just doesn't know how to deal with like caring about people. And like it's also, I feel like he's in a way afraid of losing them
the same way.
Yeah. And then I feel like when he leaves, it's because one, he's like trying to like protect them in a way, because that's what he thinks when he's like, maybe I should leave them because it won't help me, but maybe it would help them kind of thing. I don't know, but he has this such like a protective thing about both of them, I would say. And I think it's because he did lose like his only people that he cared about. Like obviously Sydney, he's very like, I need to protect her because she's my responsibility. I'm like, okay, dude. Like, why though? I mean, I know why. It's because he cares about her, but like his own justification to himself is just like, I'm responsible for her. She's a child. I'm like, okay. But even for like Mitch too, like when he's thinking about like, oh, should I stay with them or not? Like when he first gets like resuscitated or resurrected, I guess would be the word, not resuscitated. Yeah. Anyway, at the, you know, end of the first book, beginning of the second book, and he's like thinking about them, and then even like at Mitch, he's like, well, if I'm not with him, you know, he'll probably end up back in jail. I don't want that to happen. So it's like, okay, so again, he's like saying all this roundabout reasoning, but your reasoning is that you care about them, and you know, he feels this very protective over them, I guess. And I think that's very sweet, and I like that. So I guess that's my Victor spiel. He's cool and funny, but also he has a heart in there somewhere. It's a fucked up little heart, but it exists. Yeah. It's, you know. Yeah. So,
I mean, I do like Victor. I don't know specifically moments of liking him less, but I don't know. I feel like all the stuff in the second book where he's just like killing all those people for no reason. I mean, you know, I'm like,
he had a reason though.
Well, yeah, but the reason doesn't make any sense.
Here's the thing. The reason doesn't make sense to us, but I feel like in the context of the book, it's supposed to make sense, because the other characters like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
But it doesn't make sense. Like if you really if they sat and thought about it, they'd be like, but how would they ever find you though? Like what are you talking about?
I don't know.
But I mean, I do like Victor, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is, and he did, I feel like, but the part where he has the scene with the guy in the woods, I feel like he kind of felt bad about it. He's like, I don't really want to be doing this.
Then why are you doing it? I mean,
because he wants to protect himself and his people. But
it's just so unnecessary.
That's the way that he thinks. That's what he thinks he has to do. Wow. But I feel like he still felt bad about it, which that's a human emotion that Yos don't have apparently. So here's like, you know, they get this child off the street, and he's like, you know, he's trying to ask her things, and she's being evasive about it, and then he's thinking like, well, you know, normally I would just use my power and torture people and make them say things, but I don't want to, because, you know, she's scared. And it's like...
Well, I mean, he's never, like, interacted with children before that moment.
Yeah, but it's like, if he was actually so, like, cold and heartless, he wouldn't care. He would just do it,
okay.
you know? Like,
yeah, sure.
Anyway, Victor's a they're both complicated.
Yeah, they're both
I do think Eli's a good character. Mm-hmm. He has his moments. However, he pisses me off with his little, righteous hoo-ha.
Right. I do think that they're both well-written characters.
Yes. They incite some feelings, as you can see.
They do indeed. I think they both have like a lot of facets to them and a lot of different character growth and like potential and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Here we are.
Here we are. Didn't expect this life, but this is not how I felt my first time I read this. But I don't know what to tell me either.
Get out of here. Yeah.
Anyway, who's next? All right, so next, I guess we can do Sydney.
Sydney's my actual fave, so can she also go in this?
Okay. I mean, do you have like a reasoning to choose your fave?
She's my baby girl, that's why. What are your thoughts?
I don't know, I feel like she doesn't even like do a whole lot.
I feel like she does.
She's kind of...
You're just too focused on Eli. You don't even know what other people are doing. Well, she did kill him, so... She did. See, I love that, like, character arc of, like, overcoming her Eli trauma. Because she's so traumatized by Eli. Like, she walked into that Halloween party, and there was, like, a guy with a mask, and she's like, oh my god, Eli. Like, she was, like... She's, like, so traumatized. But you know what? She overcame that. And she protected Victor in the end. Yeah. And their whole dynamic has been like him protecting her. And
right. That's a good moment for her.
Such a good moment.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to like explain, but it's kind of like her like attitude that I like. Like I feel like she's just so like willful. Like she always just like there's just so many interactions where she's just like, no, that's whack. I'm just like, she's my favorite. She's
okay.
Baby.
I mean, I don't really feel anything like super strongly about her, but she's your top fave. I guess she can go in as.
She's so like hardcore too. Like I feel like unexpectedly hardcore, and I love that because as we're saying, we love unhingedness and like her being like, man, I sure hope Eli's being tortured every day in jail. Which I'm like, oh girl, do I have good news for you? Like. And there's like that part at the party where she's like, she wished not for the first time that she had Victor's power instead of hers. I'm like, damn girl. Yeah. I enjoy that. I feel like it's just like an interesting facet. I mean, she's obviously going through it. I don't know, everything that happens to her is sad. Yeah. And like the whole second book, she's just like going through it. But I feel like she, she has these moments of like being like, should I leave? Would I be happier? And one of her reasons for like wanting to leave is like not wanting to see Victor like suffering all the time. That's like, I feel like then at the end she's like, no, I want us to like be together. Like she knows what she wants. She's gonna like do what she wants. And I love that June tried to like lock up and she was like, not today, bitch. And just busted out. Like just stuff like that. Just like all these various things. I'm just like, I love that. She just has so many good moments.
All right, next up we have Mitch.
I like Mitch, but not as much as the other ones.
Right, he's definitely not like top tier, but he's good guy.
I was gonna say Mitch is the most normal person here. However, he's hanging out with Victor and being okay, like being an accomplice to murder, so he's not that normal.
Right.
Like he's more normal, but
yeah, like honestly, why does he stick around?
Because Victor's that cool, man.
I mean, I think it's more than Sydney he wants to protect
That's
her.
But
I don't know, it's like, why
I mean, he cares about Victor, too, I think.
Yeah, well, I guess they bonded in jail for however many years.
Six years or something? Or
yeah, 5. I guess that's a long time.
I think it's 6 years.
I don't know, he's just like a really good guy, trying to make a good life.
Yeah,
trying to teach.
He's always like
parents.
Cooking. Yeah. Like every scene is like, oh, Mitch was cooking dinner or whatever. I'm like, Victor's just like out wandering the street and she's like, practicing necromancy, and then Mitch is like cooking and like homeschooling.
Right.
Just, I don't know.
Yeah.
He's so like normal. Like in the first book when Victor's like, yeah, I need Mitch with me because he can move bodies because he's strong.
And he just does it.
He just does it. It's like, get rid of this body. He's like, okay.
Yeah.
Just does whatever.
Oh my god.
So, he can't be that good if you just do whatever Victor says. Right. But like, I'm also a Victor fangirl, so I understand. Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's like, was he just so like tired of getting put in jail for doing nothing that now he's like, this is all the payback for all the times I got put in jail. Now I'm doing the bad things. Like,
I don't know. I mean, I guess he has like nothing else to like he doesn't have a family either, you know. He's in like foster care or whatever, right? Like,
yeah, I guess he just nowhere else.
So
to
they
go.
like all of them are just so like they have no one else, so they're just gonna like stay with each other.
Right. Yeah, found family.
He's good though.
Yeah, I would put him in A.
I would put him in A too.
So next we're gonna do Angie.
Oh, Angie.
She's like barely there, but
I feel like I don't have an opinion on Angie. I mean, they're both in love with her, so she must be good. I
guess she's like some kind of smart.
She's smart.
Student,
yeah, she's
engineer.
Yeah, I mean, I said earlier. I was like, I mean, she was like best friends with Victor, so she can't be that normal.
Right.
If you're best friends with Victor.
I guess so.
I guess I mean, I don't know. I was gonna say I feel like he wasn't maybe as whack back then, but he was still pretty whack, and they were like besties.
Right. It's like you must have some kind of connection on some deeper level that
you hang out all the time.
Yeah. So.
I do think they're like, come save me, and then they get out of whatever situation they don't want to be in. That's kind of cute.
Oh yeah,
I give them that. She was kind of dumb for helping Victor do that.
I mean,
like, she believed that whole little story he made up.
Yeah,
I guess you think your friend is dying and you're stressed out, and it's like, oh, okay, gotta do it, but. Girl, come on.
Yeah,
that's smart.
Right, she should have been smarter than that.
She should have been
honestly.
like, no, what are you doing? But
yeah, or like if she had called Eli or something during that part.
Like, what's going on?
Right, I don't know, just anything.
Can you imagine?
Is that
if she was like, she's like, yeah, okay, hold on a second. She calls and like, Eli, what happened to Victor? And then he was like, oh my god, don't do anything. I'm coming over there right now. Yeah. Oh my god, Victor would like be even more mad at Eli if that happens. But maybe Angie would still be alive. Right. So yeah, I don't know. She was kind of dumb for that, but she's fine.
She's okay.
I don't know.
Just be. All right, next is Stell. I personally hate Stell. He's such a dumbass.
Stell kind of sucks.
So freaking dumb.
He kind of sucks.
He sucks a lot.
He's like incompetent.
He is incompetent. He's literally so stupid. I can't even remember why now.
You don't remember why?
I mean, what is...
He like lets Eli talk him into like giving him so much freedom, and then Eli freaking got away. And I mean, he got caught immediately by the doctor, so I guess it was fine. Right. But like, he would have just got away. And after Stell was so like, no, you can't go out. No, you can't go out. And then he just like,
him being like, you will never get out of here.
Lets him out. He's just like, oh, okay. I mean, I know he was being pressured by the like money people to like do it.
Yeah, but it's your like, he's the one that didn't he like set this whole thing up?
He did.
Like, why are you
I'm also judging him for, because I disagree with Eli, and I don't think you're bad just because you're an EO and you're automatically gonna do bad, and they should put them in this weird jail thing for no reason.
Like, what are they even doing with them in there? Like, they just keeping them there? They've got the doctor guy experimenting, but like then he was mad at him for experimenting. So it's like, what are you doing with them then? Are you just watching them? Like, silent observation? Like, it's swag.
I don't know. No, that's the thing. Is like, okay, I respect him for freeing Eli from the doctor, because that was fucked up.
Yeah, that's the one redeemable
and he was like, thing. I didn't realize that was going on to that extent.
Right.
And I didn't want that happening.
Yeah.
I respect that. However, him making Eon to begin with, I don't respect it, because what are these people doing? They're just living their life. Oh, they might do something bad. What? They're just living. Like, wait till they actually do something bad to judge them. Like, it's my same problem with Eli. It's
I mean, I guess at least Eli like has some precedence for why he's doing what he's doing. With Stell, like, what is your reasoning? Like, you don't have the same
here, I'll tell you, because I was just in Stell POV. I can tell you what his reasoning is. He's like, he was involved with like Victor and Eli's like case, and he fucked it up so badly that Eli killed like 50 plus people.
Oh my God.
And then Victor escaped out of jail. He's like, I'm not letting that happen again. We gotta get these EOs. No more EOs on my watch.
Not on my watch.
It just comes back to him being an idiot in the first book and doing everything wrong.
Serena was controlling him.
Okay. Still.
He's kind of incompetent. Yeah, he's dumb.
He's so dumb.
And I wanted to believe in him. I wanted to be like, yeah, Stell, he's pretty good. No, but he just kept going downhill.
Yeah.
In the second book. If Victor killed him, I was like, yeah. Just kill him. That's fine.
I mean, he's just so annoying. And like,
C.
D.
D? Okay. D.
You're okay, yeah.
D. Goodbye.
Next is Serena.
Serena kind of sucks.
She sucks a lot, actually.
I don't respect her because she meets Eli, and he tells her his whole manifesto. And she was like, yeah, let me help you. She has the ability to be like, don't kill anyone ever again. She could have done anything to stop him. And she was just like, yeah, sounds legit.
Yeah, right.
I mean, she did let Sydney go.
Yeah, okay, that's one good moment.
So one good moment. But she kind of, she was gonna let him kill her before that. It's like, girl, like, giving your sister all this trauma.
Yeah, right, like.
So whack.
I don't know.
She's like you. She was like, I believe in Eli's manifesto and I support him.
Yeah, well, I mean, because she herself feels that she has no emotions and has changed after becoming an EO. Which, okay, yeah. Thanks for supporting my man, I guess. But I don't know, I just feel like her reactions to him, like prior to them even starting what they were doing together, like she just starts doing all kinds of whack stuff. Like she's just like, oh yeah, I brought the police in or whatever. He's like, well, girl, what are you doing?
To help.
Yeah, like.
You know what? That plan did work.
I mean, I guess.
They were just foiled by Victor and co.
Right.
Because they found out what they were doing. Like, oh, we just gotta kill her.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just hate her whole, like, at the beginning where she's like, oh, do you, like, bang all the girls or whatever? And it's like, girl, you literally are, like, controlling him to bang you right now.
Did she say that? I feel like he was kind of into it.
I mean, yeah, because he's craving human connection.
I do, like, think their relationship is interesting from, like, a, put it under a microscope and, like, study it kind of way. Like, I think it's very interesting because it's like, he kind of acts like he cares about her at certain points, and then he's like, I gotta get rid of her. She sucks. I gotta just leave town and just leave her there. Like, you should have done that, like, a while ago, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just, like, really wants to feel, like, a connection to someone again, and is, like, trying to find someone that he can understands him like Victor used to. She's just worse than Victor.
Where's she going? She worse than Stell?
I could go either C or D.
Do I feel more sympathetic toward her than I do? So, I don't know. She can be a D fucker.
All right, next is Dom.
I like Dom,
He's
too.
good.
Even though he doesn't get that much screen time. Like, I feel like he's, like, good but not as good as Mitch. Is, like, the level.
Yeah, like, he doesn't get to be as tight in the crew as Mitch.
But he's kind of like... He's doing his... I don't know. He's inspires really sympathetic emotions in me, I guess. Like, in, like, the second book when he's, like, working for Eon and stuff, saying, oh, he's really, like, gotten his life together and he stopped drinking and he cleaned his house and he hung up his medals and he was just, like, trying to live, like, a happy life because he was so, like, fucked up before and now it's, like... he does a lot to help them, honestly, like, in that second book. Like, he was going in there and
he's got, like, the inside information about everything.
Yeah,
that sucks.
And it's like, he's just kind of doing whatever Victor wants, but Victor's the one keeping him, like, from not being fucked up, so it's like, I understand why you'd want to, help him. And I don't know, he's a good boy. I like him.
I could put him at the same level as Mitch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's fine.
I think he's A material.
All right, sure. A.
Okay, moving on to book 2. So we've got Marcella.
She is whack.
She is whack.
However, I kind of respect her. Like, I'm like, okay, girl. Like, I get it. Like, she's unhinged. She went, I think she went, like, too far in what she was trying to do. However, I kind of respect what she was trying to do.
Yeah, I feel like the whole, like,
I get
first part of what she was doing, I was on board with. Take out your fucko husband. Absolutely. Take out that other guy. I don't remember who he was.
Oh, the mob boss.
Fuck that guy. Yeah. Just kind of righting the wrongs in her personal life. I respect that. But then, it's like, I don't even know what she was doing.
She was like, I'm going to take over the mob now, and I'm going to be in charge of them all. And then she was like,
fine.
I want the world to know all about the EOs, and I want them to know that I'm going to fuck them up. I don't know. She just wanted... I feel like she just, like, she got this power, and it, made people, like, afraid of her, or maybe, like, take her more seriously, I guess, than she had experienced before. So I feel like she got kind of, like, I guess, drunk on powers, the phrasing, and she just kept wanting, like, more and more, and she, it got to a point where it was, like, too much. Like, I feel like if she would have just been like, I'm gonna be in charge of the mob and just chilled, that would have been fine. Which I feel like that's what June was thinking too. She's like, why are we doing all this other stuff? Like, you should have just stopped there, you know?
Right.
I don't know, but I kind of like her in a way.
B? Okay, sure. Next we put Marcus, her husband, which
You know, he kind of sucks too. He's probably D with those too.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: is like in their flashbacks when they like were first meeting and like first hooking up and getting together, I was like on board with the like power couple dynamic that they had going for them.
Like villain evil power couple of my dreams. Like, this is the content I want. She's into him killing people. They're like getting horny, shooting guns. Like,
right.
I'm like,
it was a vibe.
It's a vibe.
But then, you know, he's cheating on her and he's a bitch and just treating her badly. And, you know, again, it's kind of like the mob power went to his head and he, like, forgot about how much he loved her.
What they started with. That's true. Yeah.
So he sucks.
Bye.
D. Okay, next, June.
So, I just want to say, we're using this little Scottish girl as a photo. I have no idea if this accent is supposed to be Scottish or Irish, because I've been listening to the audiobook, and sometimes she sounds Scottish, and sometimes she sounds like leprechaun, stereotypical Irish. I don't know what he's going for. We just don't know. We don't know which. We don't know. We know she has red hair and she has some accent.
I honestly I kind of like June. She's kind of funny. She
is funny.
Funny comments about.
You know, she's like Lila.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're annoying. Oh, that was a funny line. That was a good line though. I feel like June has like little guy energy. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, I'm just a little guy. Like, I don't know why. I just feel like that's her. Like, she's like, I'm just here. Like, I'm just, you know, doing whatever. Like, when she's like helping Marcella, she's kind of like, I'm just here, you know? Like,
oh my God.
It's like, I'm this little guy. So, yeah, she's
right.
I mean, guy. I kind of feel bad for her.
Yeah, I feel like
she obviously has a sad backstory that we only know pieces of, but
I feel like she just kind of is looking for a family and looking for someone to care about and like someone to like, you know, stick with her.
Hi. Hello. Well, when she first sees them all like together, I feel like it's like shocked Pikachu emoji. Like,
right, like, oh my God, other EOs?
Yeah, like
all together?
Yeah,
like I can have
didn't
a
even know
family?
that was like possible.
Right. I mean, the only thing that I feel like I dislike her for is just her like intensity about like trying to protect Sydney and like locking her up in the bathroom or whatever. Yeah, like it's like you're going a little too far again.
Yeah, on the one hand, I do feel like just be normal is asking too much of anyone in this book, but on the other hand, she's like, Sydney's mine to protect. Like, who do you think you are, bitch? Excuse me? Like, you better back the fuck up, ma'am. I don't think so. I'm just like, stop.
The intense, possessive.
Stop.
Yeah, a little too much. But overall, I feel like I'd put her in B.
Yeah, I was gonna say like she's like same level as Marcella for me. It's like they're good villains, but they're not my villains, you know?
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, I feel like she's not even really that much of a villain. She's just
everyone's
like... Okay, well... Next is Jonathan.
What is he doing? He's just being
what?
sad. He also just got roped into them for no reason.
Yeah, like literally, it's like... Sorry, man.
He's just
a sad man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
he kind of wanted to die.
So. Well, yeah, so I guess that's good for him. But,
I mean, all he does is just like be sad.
But yeah, I don't know.
I feel bad for him, but
I don't really care.
No.
I'd put him in like C. Yeah.
He's all alone in C.
Well.
Rip, dude. Bye.
All right, and then the last one we've got is Dr. Haverty.
The worst.
Absolutely. Get fucking wrecked, man.
Like, I'm biased because like I hate mad scientist characters that just like want to experiment on people and like don't care. I just hate that like trope. So I'm just like predestined to hate him.
Yeah.
And you know what? He's whack.
He's whack. Fucking up my man. Like just being so whack about it.
They were feeding him that gas.
Oh my God.
So that it would take away some of the oxygen. So that his body would have to like fight to recuperate itself from not having oxygen, and that way they could cut him open for longer.
So whack. Stop. And then taking him at the like what? How did he even like? Well, I was gonna say how did he find them, but I guess it's like a whole big spectacle.
That's true.
But like just Dr.
Harmony's like watching his TV and he's like, "Ooh, all these EOs are here.
There's Eli. Let's go." Yeah. Yeah, just like comes out of nowhere, puts it. I don't know if this is true, but this is the image I have. Where they're just like in some little room, just in like a parking lot. Like, where are they?
You know, I don't remember.
I don't know where they are, but it's whack. And he just starts cutting them up in this random location. It's like, stop. Hate it so much.
Yeah, he had to see if the serum worked.
Oh my god. Thanks for creating the serum, I guess. But like,
Well, help Victor,
everything
maybe.
else, stop. Absolutely the worst. Below D, F rating. Get wrecked. Thank God he's dead. Who killed him? Eli?
Yeah, Eli.
Fucking
yeah.
get it.
Yeah. See, that's how I feel about Sydney killing Eli. It's
Yeah.
like,
Get your revenge on this horrible man.
That's how I feel.
Yeah,
about that scene.
absolutely.
It's like, hell yeah.
God, yeah. There we go. The best boys and girls are Victor, Eli, and Sydney. Disagree if you will, but you're wrong.
Wow.
The worst is Haverty. Get fucked.
That's a fact. That is a fact.
Yeah. So, that's Vicious.
Yep. I have so many thoughts. Head full.
Good series. Check it
So
out
good.
if you haven't. Perhaps we'll revisit this when book 3 someday comes out. So for now, thanks for watching.
Make sure you watch our AWA vlogs.
Yes. Yes. If you want more content, we will be cosplaying Victor and Sydney at AWA. So check those out. See you then.
Welcome to our channel. Or
That's
welcome.
not how we start. Okay, I'll start.
It's not good. So, but we are back now because I don't know what I'm saying. Hold on. Get rid of that.
Which, as a semi-religious person, I can understand. You fucking this
You
up.
can't even do it. You can't even do it. Take a breath. It's okay. We have an hour and 15 minutes. Take a breath.
Oh, baby.
Special guest star. Okay, go.
Okay.